We're like snowbirds moving from New York to Fort Myers, Florida for the 2021 Geico High School Nationals presented by the United States Marine Corps. Second of 4 games today in the quarterfinals. 2 seeds Sunrise Christian from near Wichita, Kansas, and the 7 seed Prolific Prep from Napa, California. Expanded field this year, 10 teams. So Prolific played in the first round last night, holding off La Lumiere. IMG survived Milton in our first game today. And glad to be with you courtside. Ted Emmerich along with ESPN's National Director of Recruiting, Paul Biancardi. Paul, I know you cannot wait for this matchup.
Yeah, this matchup has NBA size and NBA talent. Sunrise, the number 2 seed, they have not seen this type of wingspan or standing reach all season long. It's going to be a major challenge today for Sunrise.
We have 3 McDonald's All-Americans on the floor in this game. One of them, Sunrise point guard Kennedy Chandler.
The number 1 point guard in the senior class combines speed and quickness. He owns the mental makeup to be a high-level point guard. I love the way he controls the tempo of the game, or he can change the tempo of a game. An improved outside 3-point shooter. He's going to play his basketball next season for Rick Barnes in Tennessee.
We put Chandler under our Gatorade player spotlight from Memphis, but headed to Knoxville to play for Barnes, selected to both the McDonald's All-American team as well as the Nike Hoop Summit. Well, when Chandler goes into the paint today, Paul, he will run into Nate Biddle.
A very impressive prospect, top 10 in the senior class. He was fantastic yesterday, making multiple effort plays. He influenced the game with his versatility, rebounding, shot blocking, play defense. Great runner of the floor for easy baskets. He's going to play for Dana Altman next season at Oregon.
Nate Biddle, number 9 player in the senior class from Central Point, Oregon, and staying in state. He has always wanted to be a dunk, he says, and that's where he is headed next year. He had 4 blocks, 4 of the 11 for Prolific Prep last night against La Lumiere. And Paul, it's not like Sunrise is small, but Prolific can really bother Sunrise with their size and length.
It really is NBA-like size and wingspan. They have 4 or 5 guys that are over 7 feet when it comes to wingspan.
Here's Adem Bona, number 24 in the junior class. Off the mark, Bona had 9.6 rebounds and 4 blocks himself. Out of bounds, it'll be Prolific ball. Starting lineups brought to you by the United States Marine Corps. Sunrise Christian, the only team in America with 2 McDonald's All-Americans. Joining Chandler, Kendall Brown, 5-star prospect who's headed to Baylor. Lob it inside. Biddle couldn't control it. And a foul is called. And it is on Biddle. Take a look at the Prolific lineup. Yes, up front with Biddle and Bona. Along with the length they bring off the bench, they can bother teams. Milos Uzan, a steady point guard as a junior for Prolific, making its first ever Geico Nationals appearance. First team from California to appear in the event, making the 3,000-mile trip to Fort Myers. Kenny Poto opens the scoring. Headed to Minnesota on 3 for Sunrise.
Now we talk about all the size and length for Prolific Prep. Sunrise, they start 5 high major players.
Biddle going to work on the block. Here is Uzan. Milos Uzan had 7 assists last night, 3 of 13 from the field. Chandler, the drop off. Kendall Brown. That's a combination that has worked all year long for Sunrise.
Just love the way Kennedy Chandler can push the pace, make his team play fast, get runouts. They score fast break points. Then he knows when to slow it down and change the pace.
Tipped away, Brown, such a playmaker defensively for Sunrise Christian, which is in the gray, Prolific in the black. 8 to shoot for a Prolific Prep. Stefan Todorovic, ace shooter, off the mark, got it back. Todorovic, little up and under. Grady Dick in the ESPN 60, 3 in the gray, and a turnover. Chandler stepped out.
The fastest guard that I've ever seen live was Allen Iverson when I coached at Boston College. Kennedy Chandler doesn't have that type of speed, but he is fast and he gets up the court quick. He makes you run with him. He puts pressure on the defense. but he understands when they don't have the advantage to pull it out, set the offense. I mean, they're going to be so excited with him next year at Tennessee.
Rick Barnes told him, I think you can be the next edition of TJ Ford. Showed him clips while recruiting Chandler.
And that's a great player comparison. TJ Ford is a great leader at Texas. Kennedy Chandler needs to be a little bit more vocal when he gets to Knoxville.
Kamari Lands buries the three. Prolific prep on the scoreboard. And yes, there is the comparison from you, Coach B. Of course, Ford playing for Barnes at Texas led them to the Final Four almost 2 decades ago.
Where do you think Rick Barnes got the player comp from? Got it from me.
Oh, yeah, of course. It's not like Barnes coached him or anything. Wouldn't think of that himself.
What a job he's done at Tennessee, Rick Barnes. Revitalized the program, brought it to greatness.
And to the shot clock, and a triple from Chandler now.
And that's been the biggest improvement in his game. The ability to make the outside shot. It comes easy off his hand right now.
Little, high-low with Bona. Adem Bona puts it in with a foul.
Look at Adem Bona. Look at that passion. He'll talk to himself. He'll talk to his teammates. He says, give me the rock. I'll create some space. Look at the broad shoulders, wingspan, height. His touch is improved.
And you see, again, this is an NBA front line for prolific prep. Bona, 7'4" wingspan, Biddle 7'5". Muhammad Gay, who comes off the bench, might very well have the most potential of the lot. Those 7'3" with the wingspan.
And when it comes to the NBA measurables, they love guys that are +4 in wingspan. All those guys +5 or higher.
Zachary Clements, senior from San Antonio, signed with Kansas. He knocks down a three.
Terrific pick and pop prospect. Go inside, but I'll tell you what, he stretches the floor really well on the offensive end. Bill Self's going to love him in the high-low game.
The strip by Chandler, blazing ahead of the pack for 2 more.
You said it, Ted, blazing. He comes out of that pack first. When you go from defense to offense.
This is not the kind of game that Prolific wants to play up and down with Kennedy Chandler.
Well, that's the one thing Prolific Prep does not have. They don't have speed. They don't have quickness. And that's the strength of Kennedy Chandler.
Well, Sunrise is loaded. Chandler just one of 5 ESPN-ranked players. Brown, as we mentioned, a 5-star recruit. McDonald's All-American himself. Clements with the 3. We haven't seen Jaden Akins yet, who joined the team in late December. He's headed to Michigan State. And the junior, Grady Dick from Wichita, number 21 in the ESPN 60.
Sunrise has all the talent that you just mentioned. A bunch of high major players. But what they also have is great chemistry, excellent defense, very unselfish. And that's why they're the number 2 seed at Geico Nationals. It's not just the talent, it's the complete makeup of the team.
Now, Dick committed to Kansas about a month ago, again as a junior. Sunrise Christian in its 2nd Geico National appearance. Now the steal by Zach Clements. Sunrise lost to IMG in the quarterfinals in 2019. They could meet IMG if they win here today. Chandler too strong. Oh, poked away by Chandler. Lands lost it. Brown going up strong. And Biddle has it for Prolific Prep.
Chandler has really quick hands on the defensive end.
Extra feed. Uzan couldn't hit.
You see, Zach Clemens, last possession, brought it up. Kendall Brown brought it up this possession. Get the ball, give it to Kennedy Chandler, and then fill the lane. Everybody wants to rebound and push. There's not a better fast break guy in the senior class than Kennedy Chandler.
Everyone trying to show off their skills. Oh, Brown blocked by Bona.
That's why they have all-star games.
Yeah.
Not Geico Nationals. Seriously, though.
Yes, give it to your point guard, who's the best in the country.
You fill it, he'll give it back.
Bona wants it on the block. Splitting the double team, and he's fouled. That'll be on Clements. Good start for Sunrise Christian here in the quarterfinals in Fort Myers.
With Voltaren Arthritis Pain Gel, my husband's got his moves back.
An alternative to pills, Voltaren is the first full prescription strength gel for powerful arthritis pain relief. Voltaren, the joy of movement.
We just got engaged.
We had a virtual ceremony first.
We set a new date. 2021 is our year.
Our wedding is
a promise to each other.
all about family.
Sharing our love with everyone we love.
Whatever happens, we're gonna make it official.
We're hosting an epic bash. Nana will bust a move.
Whatever happens, we're psyched for the next chapter.
And every step of the way, Zola's been there.
Zola's been there.
Zola's been there.
Make your wedding happen at Zola.com.
What if you could go into the past, back before the fishing line was cast, to see that it was sustainable wild caught, so you can feel good about the fish that you bought? We know the story of all the fish that we've sold, because that's what makes us whole.
The 2021 Geico High School Nationals is brought to you by Geico. Save even more when you bundle home and car insurance. The Marines. The battle to belong begins here. And McDonald's. Florida Gulf Coast, Geico Nationals. Hey, Kennedy Chandler isn't the only McDonald's All-American for Sunrise. What about Kendall Brown, Paul?
He is terrific. One of the best defenders in the class, both on the ball and off the ball. This guy works to end the possession. Love the way he moves without the ball on offense. He's got a better jump shot than people think. Total team player, headed to play for Scott Drew at Baylor. He'll be one of the impact freshmen next year in college basketball. A lot of freshmen that are highly rated won't impact. They'll be very good. This guy will impact.
Brown, part of that top 5 recruiting class, headed to Waco along with Langston Love, who we'll see with Montverde in our next quarterfinal when they play Oak Hill. Brown picked Baylor over Kansas, and Kansas was considered the favorite for so long. Never visited Waco, again, obviously during the pandemic, but Scott Drew reeling in Brown, even with Zoom calls. Stefan Todorovic knocks down a 3 for prolific prep.
And that's one guy you have to keep an eye on for prep. 32. I'm sorry, number 5. I'm sorry, number 3 in the black. 3-point shot.
Todorovic led prolific prep in scoring last night with 12. Hit 2 threes in that defensive war against La Lumiere. 5 to shoot. Brown over Bona, left it short. Lands ahead to Todorovic. It's blocked by Chandler.
What a great play by Kennedy Chandler. The chase down.
Extra passes all around. McDaniel swallowed up by Bona. Looked like Akins had room to put it up. Lands on target.
If you don't score quickly around the rim against prolific prep, then they're going to make you pay.
Willie Lightfoot, X factor off the bench for Sunrise. Couldn't hit the 3.
Because they're eventually going to get the rebound or block the shot.
Biddle from the corner, definitely part of his game. A little too much on it. Yeah, so what do you do to counter that if you're a player dealing with all that size inside?
You got to take the mid-range shot. If they chase you off the 3, you get into the paint. You can't get all the way to the rim. You'll have to pull up, shoot it, or get into the paint and spray it out.
Chandler lost it, trying to go behind the back. It's ripped away by Kamari Lands. Knocked away by Brown, but it'll stay with prolific prep. Women's Final Four on ESPN and the app tomorrow. Can't wait for this. South Carolina, Stanford leading off at 6 Eastern, followed by UConn and Arizona. That is in San Antonio at the Alamo Dome. They're in the bubble. By the way, first time that the Final Four has had 2 teams led by black head coaches. Dawn Staley with South Carolina, Adia Barnes at Arizona. really special, as they've talked about all week. Representation matters. Mohamed Gay misses the jumper for Prolific Prep. Akins headed to Michigan State. Look at Gay staying in front of him at 6'11". Lightfoot. 10 to shoot. Akins cut off by Todorovic. Brady Dick, short. And the lay-in for Johan Traore, who did not score in just 3 minutes last night in the first round.
Ted, you asked me how to beat this defense from Prolific Prep. I said spray it out. Well, when you spray it out, they close out real quickly. So you got to drive the closeout or move the ball. This team is so well drilled defensively by Mark Phelps.
Doesn't look like there should be really any difference between the shot clock and game clock. Akins, no. Rebound for Uzan, and the first quarter comes to an end. Sunrise made its first 5 shots from the floor. They missed their last 8, but it is a 3-point lead for the Buffaloes. Quarterfinals at Geico Nationals. Let's take a look at the McDonald's All-American Spotlight, and representing Prolific Prep in 2016, Josh Jackson, co-MVP of the game that year, along with Frank Jackson. 19 points. First Jackson the 1 year at Kansas, top 5 pick by the Suns, and now with the Detroit Pistons, Paul.
Josh Jackson played the game with a great tenacity on both ends of the floor. Jump shot always needed work. I think he's still working on it right now, but when it comes to the other facets of the game, Josh Jackson, the real deal.
Prolific Prep has turned out Josh Jackson, Gary Trent Jr., Jalen Green, Amari Burnett, the 3 ESPN-ranked players on this team. Biddle, top 10 in the country for 2021, and a couple of juniors in Bona and Lands.
Yeah, Kamari Lands has been groomed to be a scorer for this program. He's got to get himself going on the offensive end when teams don't guard him as closely because of the size and the length. Kamari Lands has to score more.
What a job by Mohamed Gay, getting in front of Kenny Poto and drawing the charge.
And Mohamed Gay may be the best NBA prospect on the Prolific Prep team. Enormous length, wingspan, skill, real coachable. Still trying to put the whole game together.
Just underway, second quarter here in Fort Myers. Second of 4 games in the quarterfinals. Here at Geico Nationals, Ted Emmerich, Paul Biancardi, our entire crew. The winner of this one meets IMG Academy, which beat Milton High School earlier. Milos Uzan with the lay-in.
But how about the pass? 6'11", Mohamed Gay with that little backdoor pass.
Mark Phelps, his coach, really thinks that Gay is maybe 1,000 or so reps away from being that next unicorn-type player at his size.
Well, that shows me, that last possession, that he can read the game. Most guys his size do not.
Brown with the float.
And the accuracy to hit Uzan on the back door, that was beautiful. The screener action. They're always looking to get 2 screens, then look inside.
Todorovic tees it up. And Sunrise can run. Kendall Brown. Prolific gets back. Brown, the blow by on Todorovic, couldn't finish. Traore down low. The turnaround, he hooks it in with a foul. Johan Traore from Tours, France with a 3-point chance.
This is 6'10" in the low post. What a jump hook. Gets full extension and takes the bump. Traore with a very polished, slow, under control, low post move.
Some of the schools that are recruiting Traore hard at the moment. Again, he's a junior. Utah, Arizona State, Santa Clara, and Portland. As the free throw, loose ball, out to Sunrise Christian.
Sunrise Christian has to do a better job on that free throw blockout. It's the biggest high school team that I've seen in a long time, Prolific Prep. So when that shot goes up, whether it's a live ball or a free throw, you got to put your body into their body because they'll out jump you.
Sunrise has missed 9 of their last 10 shots after starting 5 of 5. Chandler downhill. Brown, another floater, doesn't drop here.
Boy, they challenge.
Lance trying to thread the needle. Chandler the steal. Numbers. Oh, Grady Dick blocked by Bona, but the follow by Jalen McDaniel.
You may not get the first attempt against Prolific Prep. That's why you got to send multiple guys to the glass. You may miss, they may block it, you still got to attack it.
Did you hear Bona yell, "Give me that"?
No, but I seen him take that.
Off the up fake and the sidestep. Kamari Lance drills the 3. We're tied at 17.
And Lance can be a special offensive player. He's just got to pick up his motor and his energy during the game. He can't let everything depend on his offense.
Dick fires. Offensive board for McDaniel.
Too much standing around.
Chandler trying to shake free of Jordan Pope. Fall away. Friendly bounce on the rim. Sunrise back in front.
I wasn't in love with that shot, but Kennedy Chandler made it happen. He created space for himself, but that last possession by Sunrise didn't have a lot of movement to it.
Pope splashes in the 3. Jordan Pope gives Prolific some much-needed shooting off the bench.
We're talking about the NBA size in this game. There's some mean screens at the top of the key to free up the guards.
Clements blocked by Bona, but a foul. So Prolific Prep with its first lead of the game. And Clements will be at the line.
Pope just waits for the screen. Adem Bona is a big, strong screen. Creates plenty of space for Pope to knock it down. A lot of guys say they want to be point guards in the game. Well, you got to get over screens if you're going to be a point guard defensively. When you get rocked by 6'10", 230, with a big wingspan, you got to learn how to get skinny and get over that screen.
What do you mean by getting skinny?
You got to get tall and thin to get over it, because if not, you're going to run into it.
Yeah, get crushed.
It's kind of like going to Starbucks. You know, you want to get a skinny frappuccino.
The skinny latte.
Give me the skinny defensive ball screen latte.
Another coffee reference at Geico Nationals. How many will we get? Oh, Chandler again active. The deflection, the run out. Kendall Brown, the finger roll. Brown just thrives in transition, doesn't he?
He really does. You know, he can bring it up himself in transition on a fast break, but he also can finalize the play so well. Look at his defense, trying to deny Biddle away from the basket. He's great on ball, he helps off ball. Total team guy.
Pope slithering through, missed it. Dick brings it down.
He's going to try to take Biddle.
McDonald's All-American versus McDonald's All-American. Brown, the pivot. Oh, savvy move.
I like the recognition by Brown. He knows he's quicker. He's good off the bounce. Biddle, not the swiftest of foot, though he tried on that possession. That was a tough matchup for Nate Biddle.
Brown giving up 4 inches in that matchup, 6'8" versus 7 feet. Now Lands, top 20 junior in the country. Brown on the run again through traffic. He'll try the three.
A little higher on the release point, but he's got a nice shot. He just doesn't shoot it a lot.
I mean, he's not, that's not really part of his game yet, as Biddle slams it home. But we've seen it. It's been pure at times, especially on games that we have done this year.
Yeah, I'm really high on Kendall Brown because even if he's not making shots or scoring, he's going to impact winning for his team. He'll set screens, crash the offensive glass, and he is a hound on defense.
Poto around and out. Look at Muhammad Gay in the open floor at 6'11". Deflected by Akins, and the steal. And he's fouled. That's on Kamari Lands, his first timeout at Geico Nationals.
Sunrise Christian with the defense. Dick with the push. Brown with the finish. That Kendall Brown little one-on-one. He's got a little Kawhi Leonard in him. I like that comparison.
Oh, okay. Three-point lead for Sunrise Christian, the 2 seed here at Geico Nationals, Fort Myers, Florida, the quarterfinal round. Trying to move on to meet IMG in the semis. Luke Barnwell is in his 6th year as Sunrise's head coach, still just 30 years old. He has really instilled a culture, Paul, at Sunrise Christian there near Wichita. He got a shout out from Jay Billis on a big Monday back in January. I remember this season during a Kansas-Baylor game. This program has produced so many high major talents. They're going to continue to do that. And Barnwell describes the culture like this. Constant communication. We're never quiet, full of energy. Every drill means something at Sunrise.
I've sat in some film sessions with Sunrise Christian. Luke Barnwell does a great job of teaching his team through film. This year's Nate Smith, high school boys basketball coach of the year. And there were some great candidates, as there is every year. But Barnwell, he's earned his stripes this year. I love the way he communicates. He's so relatable to the kids. And at the same time, he stays demanding on what the team needs.
I asked him, do you have any aspirations of being a college head coach? And he said, honestly, no, not right now. I love being my own boss here. I get to work with young men, great talents, great people, help them achieve their goals.
And that was a quick no.
Yes.
Like, he didn't think about it and say, well, the right situation. He just said, no, I'm real happy.
Sunrise Christian with it. Here's Jaden Akins, future Michigan State Spartan. Joined Sunrise just before the new year. Now Chandler, the top point guard in the country, getting past Gay. Fouled by Bona, and he puts it home.
Really clever move by Kennedy Chandler. You get into the paint, you jump stop, you get into the paint, you spray it out, or you get into the paint, keep your dribble alive. Just for that extra second or two while the defense falls asleep, they get out of position. That was a very coy and clever move by Kennedy Chandler.
Next step for Chandler is what?
I'd say on-ball defense in terms of getting over ball screens. He's great at keeping his man out of the lane, but he's still got to work on getting over ball screens.
How about that? Chandler missed the free throw, but a putback off glass, so 4 points stripped down for Kennedy Chandler. 35 seconds left in the half.
Yeah, his usage rate with this team is off the charts. He's involved in so many plays.
Milos Uzan with the pull-up. His second basket. And a timeout for Luke Barnwell and Sunrise. 5-point lead, 23 seconds to go in the first half. Well, Kennedy Chandler has made an impact at both ends.
I remember when he led his team, Mocan Elite, to the Peach Jam Championship. He couldn't do that back then. But during quarantine, he really worked on his body and he worked on his jump shot. Always had speed and quickness. I said this before, he has the mental makeup of a high-level point guard. He's all about winning, but he can create when he needs to for himself. #1 point guard in the senior class.
Hockey and Sunrise Christian hope that they will see IMG Academy in the semifinals tomorrow on ESPN2. 2 more games still to come today after this one. Montverde and Oak Hill, 2 titans in high school basketball at 4 Eastern. Then Wasatch Academy from Utah and AZ Compass Prep making its first appearance at Geico Nationals at 6 Eastern.
And that's a great matchup between Ty Washington, who's undecided right now, decommitted from Creighton, and Nolan Hickman, who's headed to Kentucky. What a matchup between 2 of the best guards in the senior class.
7 seconds, Kendall Brown into the lane, blocked by Bona, got it back.
I mean, that was a great design play by
Chandler left it short, and the first half ends. So Sunrise Christian up by 5 at the break, couldn't convert at the end, but led by Chandler's 11 points and 4 steals. The 2 seed on top here in Fort Myers. The 2021 Geico High School Nationals is brought to you by Gatorade Zero. All the electrolytes, zero sugar. Halftime here at Geico Nationals, the quarterfinal round. Ted Emmerich and Paul Biancardi. And let's now go where just about everyone else is in college basketball right now, the transfer portal. And to help guide us through this alternate dimension, we welcome in ESPN.com recruiting insider Adam Finkelstein. Adam, the proposal that will be approved soon allows players to transfer without penalty once in their career. Basically, you transfer, you can play right away, and we're already seeing it's creating chaos in college basketball.
Yeah. It certainly is, Ted, and you know, regardless of the outcome of that proposal, I think from a pragmatic standpoint, what we saw last year with the impact of the pandemic was, even though the rule hadn't passed, for all intents and purposes, it came into effect because it was something like over 90% of the waivers were approved. So most of this is already happening for the most part. Players were transferred, were granted immediate eligibility this year. And I think the same thing is going to happen next year as we continue to see the implications of the pandemic. This proposal could just formalize a trend that we've seen now for the better part of the last year.
Adam, what does this do to the high school player, the class of 2021?
Well, it puts them way on the back burner. I've always equated the recruiting world to supply and demand, where your level is dictated by the level of school that wants you. And if you're a college coach right now, and you have such little job security in that industry, as we all know, you've got to go with experience. And so if you can get a transfer, or you can get, remember, junior college players didn't lose a year of eligibility last year either. And it wasn't just seniors in college basketball who got their year back, but it was everyone. So essentially you have the supply of talent for college coaches has never been higher. And that really limits the demand for high school players. So my message when I've talked to high school kids is to understand that they need to recalibrate their expectations, but also understand that if they're not getting recruited by the level of school that they once were, it's not an indication of them or that they disappointed anyone. It's just a reality of the market. And again, these implications that the pandemic has caused on college basketball in the recruiting world.
Adam, we appreciate the time, and we have already seen that with a lot of players here at Geico Nationals. Their recruiting has certainly been affected. We'll be sure to follow it and follow you as well, Adam. Thanks for the time.
Thanks, guys.
Adam Finkelstein, ESPN.com recruiting insider. So we are at the half here at Geico Nationals. 4 games today here on ESPNU. Highlights and stats. Halftime, quarterfinal round at Geico Nationals on Fort Myers. Yeah, this is Coach B's boat, the Calypso.
I just bought it.
Gulf Coast. Well, from Fort Myers to Los Angeles, Lakers and Clippers Sunday on ABC and the ESPN app, 3:30 Eastern, 12:30 Pacific. Yes, back here at Suncoast Credit Union Arena, Ted Emmerich along with ESPN's National Director of Recruiting, Paul Biancardi. Yeah, big NBA matchup on Sunday. We have NBA size on the floor in this game right now.
Yeah, but Sunrise Christian with a small lead because of their fast break points. Kennedy Chandler, the difference in this game. He's got 11 points, and he's pushing the pace for Sunrise Christian in this game.
Yeah, Chandler always the catalyst for Sunrise, isn't he?
Nobody goes from defense to offense faster than Kennedy Chandler. He can take it himself, or he can facilitate. But how about this nifty move inside to keep his dribble alive inside the paint? His head is up, his eyes are up, always looking to finish the play. Kendall Brown gets into the act. Little one-on-one move against Nathan Biddle. This guy's a star. And on the other side, Kamari Lands came out early with the three-point shot. What size by Prolific Prep. If Lands can do more of this, it can help Prep in terms of their perimeter game because they have the size and the touch inside.
First half stats brought to you by Geico. Prolific, the slight shooting edge. Sunrise, the advantage on the boards, even against Prolific's size on the interior. Second half on the way from Fort Myers.
Where's my boat?
Welcome back to the 2021 Geico High School Nationals presented by the United States Marine Corps. The 2 seed and the 7 seed here in our second game of the quarterfinal round. Sunrise Christian led by Kennedy Chandler, the top-ranked point guard in the country, up by 5 over Nate Biddle and Prolific Prep. Ted Emmerich, Paul Biancardi with you. Paul, congrats on the new deal with ESPN. I saw that news just dropped. Have to give you a little air dap from across the way here courtside.
I appreciate that, Ted. You're a big part of it.
Not even close, but thank you. Adem Bona with the lay-in to start the third quarter for Prolific Prep. One of 3 ranked players for Prolific, number 24 in the junior class.
I'll tell you what stands out in this game when you look at stats. Sunrise out-rebounding Prolific Prep by 4. That's been a big key in this game.
Grady Dick did not score in the first half. He's on the board here with a 3.
Well-designed play by Luke Barnwell. Running Grady Dick off a screen. That guy can shoot it.
Dick, ranked junior himself, committed to Kansas. Oh, Brown got close to a steal, but as he picked it up, he stepped on the baseline. Mark Phelps, the head coach at Prolific Prep, longtime Division I assistant, also head coach at Drake for 5 years, but was on staff at NC State, Arizona State, Missouri, Marquette, most recently Arizona a couple of years ago.
Brings a wealth of experience to the sidelines. Knows how to manage the egos of all the talent. Well-designed plays. First 2 plays here in the second half, right to Boner inside. He understands the strength of his team, is the wingspan and length and the height of his bigs.
See the resume for Phelps. Says he loves dropping down to the high school level. That's how he started as a high school coach in Virginia. And now he gets to work with guys like Stefan Todorovic, a knockdown shooter. That's a 3.
Yeah, that guy's pure, Ted. When Todorovic has time and space, opponents are in trouble.
Todorovic with his second 3 today. He's got 6. Offensive foul. Away from the ball. It's on Clements, his 3rd.
Little handoff. Clements goes inside.
What do you think?
I could have called a double foul. I wouldn't have called it on one guy.
So Clements on the bench. Look inside. Bona Todorovic locating him for the basket.
Todorovic gets rid of the ball so quickly. He understands who's open before he catches the ball. Beautiful dime.
Chandler turning on the Jets. Poto could not handle it. Ten to shoot. Kendall Brown headed to Baylor, the McDonald's All-American.
Bona switches on
3
everybody.
on the timer. Akins had it stripped by Kamari Lands. Oh, Lands, Ryan, right into Brown, and the whistle blows.
That was outstanding defense by Adem Bona and all the players at Prolific Prep. They did not let Sunrise just penetrate whatsoever. But how about Todorovic? Little crossover. Guy's named Stefan can shoot, huh?
I've heard that.
And how about that one? Off the down screen, the release by Bona. He's got great passing vision.
Timeout for Sunrise. They're up by 1. Let's look ahead to Sunday on ABC and ESPN. Sunday showcase in the NBA. Lakers and Clippers on ABC, 3:30 Eastern, 12:30 Pacific. The Women's National Championship game on ESPN at 6 Eastern. Then Sunday Night Baseball featuring the White Sox and the Angels at 8:30. Well, from the Women's National Championship in San Antonio to the Geico Girls High School Nationals here starting tomorrow with the semifinals. The top seed is Westlake High School out of Georgia, featuring point guard Raven Johnson, the #2 overall player in the country, headed to South Carolina, the linchpin of Dawn Staley's #1 recruiting class. Again, those semifinals, both on ESPNU, the championship Saturday on ESPN2. Who's on? To the corner, to Dorovich. Biddle, an offensive rebound. Chandler pries it out of his hands. Ahead to Kendall Brown, who smashes the rim.
Kennedy Chandler, the strip, the steal, and the hit ahead. That's what great point guards do. They're always thinking one play ahead.
5 steals now for Chandler. Lands? Nope. Akins on the run for Sunrise Christian. Oh, Chandler trying to give it right back to Akins. Lands the steal. Biddle saves it. Lands the leaner. Biddle the follow slam. Nate Biddle has been awfully quiet today until now. Oh, Lance took a hard spill. Dick. Tip up try, no good.
Incredible pace, incredible action.
Lance remains down. Uzan sets the table for Adem Bona. Prolific Prep reclaims the lead. And they do it 4 on 5, basically, with Lands finally making it back to the huddle.
Just incredible action on both ends of the floor. Lands trying to make a big-time block, ends up on the ground. Grady Dick lines it up from the outside. You see the talent on the floor. When the talent gets in a flow, the instincts are beautiful. It's the highest level talent in the country, Geico Nationals.
31 ESPN ranked players among the 10 teams, 6 McDonald's All-Americans, and 3 of them on the floor in this game. With Biddle, Brown, and this guy, Kennedy Chandler. Future Tennessee Volunteer. Trickles out. Who touched it last? Sunrise did. Prolific ball.
Kennedy Chandler does a really good job of reading ball screens and ball screens. That time, Prolific Prep, they just squeezed them out.
Also, 9 of the 10 teams in the field ranked in the ESPN High School Top 25.
All chasing that Geico championship.
After the hiatus because of the pandemic, Biddle again with a putback.
Biddle has a real knack of knowing where the ball is going to come off the rim. You can say, well, he's a 7-footer, but he puts the effort in. He reads the shot so well. He goes opposite.
Dick, fouled by Bona, who can't believe the call. Yes, he got all ball, but he also got Dick's body. Timeout.
Nathan Biddle coming alive in the second half from Prolific Prep. Ryan Biddle, happy about that play.
And Suzanne.
to him from the outside.
Prolific Prep, the 7 seed, challenging the 2 seed Sunrise Christian here in the quarterfinals. At Geico Nationals, Nate Biddle now showing something after a slow first half.
A lot of guys would just stand on the outside, just wait. What he does, he attacks the offensive glass, looks for the miss, has the length and bounce to flush it back.
Nate Biddle, the McDonald's All-American, according to his coach Mark Phelps, stays true to his roots. He's a country boy from Southern Oregon, says Phelps. Loves his truck, loves to go camping, loves to go fishing. You see his parents, Suzanne on the left, Ryan on the right. You know, Biddle actually made the 5.5-hour drive from Napa at Prolific Prep back to Central Point, Oregon, and Crater High School for his signing day ceremony. When he put pen to paper for Oregon, he wanted to celebrate with his hometown high school.
Of the centerpiece for Oregon's recruiting class. Nate Biddle, one of the most highly sought after players in the country. Dana Altman and his staff kept him at home. They made him a priority. Never gave another school an opportunity to get in the mix.
I found this interesting, Paul. Biddle says that, hey, Oregon gave Bowl freedom a few years back. They know how to coach a player like me. And we remember Bowl played only 9 games in 2018 before the foot injury, but Bowl averaged 21 and 10 in those games, and of course was drafted in the NBA. Todorovic with the 3.
You've got to know where Todorovic is. He's a guy who can make consecutive threes. He's got the confidence to put it up whenever he's open. Outstanding young shooter.
Hodo, the drop off. Kendall Brown rising.
We've had a clinic so far just in 2 cutting. Yesterday was Matthew Cleveland. Today, Kendall Brown. Guys moving without the basketball. So easy to score when you make a basket cut. Wish more guys would just move without the ball versus stand there and wait to shoot it.
Is that something that needs to be taught a little more at this level?
Yeah, well, the ball screen game is heavy right now, and that doesn't allow players to move off the ball.
Tough defense on Uzan. Knocked out by Chandler. 2 on the timer.
I mean, look at this. Brown, opportunistic. Reads the defense, is looking at his teammate. What does he do? All the guys turn their head, cuts to the rim.
2 on the shot clock. Here's Biddle. He reads in a 3.
That's what makes Nate Biddle special. He's got a high post game and a low post game. And defensively, he protects the rim. But when you can shoot it like that as a 7-footer, you play a lot of spots on the floor.
Clements looked like he was trying to pass out at first, but he knocks it down from close range. Foul called as Uzan made his move on Kennedy Chandler.
Nate Biddle has always had a face-up game. Excellent outside shooter, terrific passer. He's a triple threat player on the offensive end. He can put it on the deck at that size.
And by the way, you might see the 3 3-point lines on the court. We're focused on the middle one, that purple one. That's the high school line for the boys here. Of course, the other green line that is closest to half court, that is your college 3-point line. A travel and a turnover.
Oh, that's an offensive foul. No question about it.
And now heading the other way.
Kennedy Chandler has to keep his composure as the leader Sunrise Christian. He tried to come off that double. It was tough from this angle, but the referee said that Kennedy Chandler, watch him come off the screen. He pulls
Jordan Pope.
Jordan Pope with him. Yep, that was a great call by the official.
So after Todorovic picked up his first, Chandler tagged with his second. Minute to go in the third quarter. Second of 4 games here in the quarterfinals at Geico Nationals. Winner meets IMG. Pope in the lane. Drop it off to Muhammad Gay for the slam.
Gorgeous pass by Pope. Dembona has really improved over the last of the course. 3 or 4 months.
Brown, again the pivot. Lands the rebound. 15 seconds, shot clock turned off. Pope getting everyone organized. Willie Lightfoot defending. The screen from Traore from the logo. Almost went. Prolific Prep has its largest lead. Can they pull it off against the 2-seed Sunrise Christian? On to the fourth quarter here in Fort Myers. Ready for the fourth quarter here in Fort Myers at Suncoast Credit Union Arena. Crew. High-level game, to say the least. Prolific Prep up by 5 over the 2-seed Sunrise Christian. Well, high-level talent on the floor tomorrow. The women's Final Four, South Carolina and Stanford, 2-1 seeds. Started off at 6 Eastern. Then UConn and Arizona at 9:30. You can check out the games on ESPN as well as the ESPN app. This game features 3 McDonald's All-Americans here in the class of 2021. Kennedy Chandler, top-ranked point guard in the country. For Sunrise Christian in the third quarter. Is it his time now in the fourth?
It's the game. You know, the first half, they needed him to score. Got 11 points. Second half, it was more about distributing, defending. The game really well. He's not a scoring point guard. He's a serve-it-up point guard, but he knows when to.
5 steals and 2 assists for Chandler. Clemens from the outside. Middle half for Prolific Prep. Outscored Sunrise 21-11 in the third quarter. This is their largest lead. High-low, middle to Bona.
Bona's got to use the glass on that.
Kendall Brown, future Baylor Bear. McDonald's All-American himself. He guides it in.
He's got a pretty stride stop where he comes under control to a 1-2 step. Then he spins opposite, puts it in the basket. That is a well-rehearsed move by Kendall Brown.
Seen it a couple of times. Oh, now the strip. Brown on the break. And the jam.
That's why I love that guy, and Scott Drew's going to love him. Just aware and alert off the ball. Always dialed in to the defensive end.
Brown has a game-high 16 points. Bona. Clements walling up.
Brown from the outside, a little shot fake. There's the stride stop. Little baby hook to the middle. But how about this time? The anticipation, the push. That's where he really impacts the game. It's on the help side defense. How many guys can you say that about? There are shot blockers who come from the weak side and make a difference, but Kendall Brown, he's alert, and that's why he falls into steals.
Top 5 recruiting class headed to Waco. Kendall Brown, Langston Love of Montverde, who we'll see in our next quarterfinal matchup against Oak Hill. And Jeremy Sohan from Poland. You see some of the viral highlights from a few months ago. Baylor fans are excited about him too.
Yeah, I watched him on tape. He can really score the ball. He's got great instincts. If he was playing here in the States, He'd be a top 50, top 75 type player. He's that good. Langston Love and Kendall Brown, they're going to bring productivity to Baylor.
Adem Bona just blocked his 5th shot of the game. Prolific by 2. Todorovic wrapped up. And the foul on Willie Lightfoot.
Willie Lightfoot just stuck his whole arm in there, and then he said, I didn't follow him.
Because he's not aware of the rule.
Yeah, you can't put your arm inside of the offensive player and make contact. Love the energy.
Balanced effort for a prolific prep. 3 players leading the way with 9 points. Todorovic, Biddle, and Bona. Again, the high-low. Bona against Clements. Short. Nice job by Clements.
Yeah.
Defensively. Chandler swatted from behind by Bona. His 6th rejection. Usan. Long offensive rebound for Lands.
Set it up. They've been getting it to Bona deep into the paint. Clements, as you said, walling up. Doing a really good job defensively, not biting, not fouling.
Usan with Clements on him now. Out to Lands.
Lands wasn't ready to shoot it. When your teammate's on penetration, you got to think about shooting the ball. You can't catch it and then start to think about shooting it.
Shot preparation, right?
Yeah, it's the name of the game. It really is. It's all about reps.
Under 5 to play. Chandler over Bona. This game is being played now at the pace that Prolific Prep wants.
What a chase down block by Adem Bona. He never gives up on the play. Look at him, look at him. 6'10", chasing 6'1". Hustle, heart, determination.
The number 24 player in the country in the junior class.
You don't see a lot of guys playing with that level of intensity all game long.
Todorovic is fouled. 3 free throws for Stefan Todorovic, who has not visited the line yet today.
Mark Phelps runs a wide pin down for Todorovic. Watch this, comes off the screen. Lightfoot went inside. That's a big mistake. You got to chase the shooter. Then he bumps into him on the shot.
And again, you look down at the feet were on the line. Well, that's the college line. We're dealing with the purple, the middle 3-point line on the court here at Suncoast Credit Union Arena. So 3 free throws for Stefan Todorovic. This arena also the home of Florida Southwestern State College, and now hosts the City of Palms events every December. One of the marquee events during the season for high school basketball.
Run by our good friend Donnie Wilkie, who is in the building. Usually he's trying to recruit teams to the City of Palms. This time he's just watching as a fan.
Oh, sure. I think he'd be, he would do well if he would recruit a few teams that are here at Geico Nationals this year.
He's making his presence felt.
So Todorovic drains all 3, and the lead is back to 5 for Prolific Prep. Forget about the seeding here. 2 versus 7.
Means nothing.
Absolutely. Foul at midcourt, and on Sunrise. Kenny Poto. That's his 3rd.
We said it in the open. Sunrise has never seen this type of height, wingspan, length, standing reach, collectively from a team in high school basketball this year. There is no other team this big.
1-1 for Lands. He'll have 1 more. The Sunrise has lost 3 games all year. Twice to Montverde. Remember, they played 3 times, beat Montverde in overtime in February, lost 2 other matchups, and the other loss for Sunrise Christian was to AZ Compass Prep, the 4 seed in this tournament. Biggest lead yet for Prolific. Catch and shoot Clements off the feed from Chandler. It's a three and a timeout for Luke Barnwell and Sunrise Christian.
Sunrise playing through their leader, Kennedy Chandler. Great hesitation. All the defenders froze for 1 second while Kennedy Chandler put on that hesitation move, found his open teammate in the corner, knocked it down.
NBA Sunday Showcase on ABC. Lakers and Clippers, 3:30 Eastern, 12:30 Pacific. You can also catch it on the ESPN app. Yeah, might see a few players on the court, not just in this game, but really all 4 games here at Geico Nationals in the quarterfinals in the NBA very soon. It's every year. We always have that.
An abundance of talent, McDonald's All-Americans, highly ranked players. Think about this, we started with 31 ranked players in this event, all of them thinking Geico National Championship. These guys eventually become college stars. Chosen few get selected in the NBA draft and make the league.
Nate Biddle and Prolific Prep up by 4 with 4 and change to go. And pressure from Sunrise Christian. That was deflected. No, over and back. Seven to shoot. Hodo the deflection. We've got a scrap for it. Shot clock running out. Whistle blows. Officials are trying to sort it out. Was a timeout granted? Shot clock violation on Prolific Prep. Sunrise ball. And we've got an official timeout. So Sunrise with a defensive stop. Can they pull through here in the quarterfinals? The 2021 Geico High School Nationals is brought to you by Geico. Save even more when you bundle home and car insurance. The Marines, the battle to belong begins here. And Buick, with a family of premium SUVs designed around you. No, that's not Chubbs. We are in Fort Myers, Suncoast Credit Union Arena. Ted Emmerich, Paul Biancardi. Tremendous finish ahead here in the quarterfinal round. 51-47, Prolific the lead over the 2 seed. And we check out our Gatorade fueling performance, Paul, and step into Todorovic.
Great catch and shoot. Prospect put it on the deck for 1 or 2 dribbles. His body balance, his shot preparation, his follow through, and all of his mechanics are textbook.
Todorovic, the junior from Belgrade, Serbia. The schools that are recruiting him the hardest right now: Gonzaga, USC, SMU, Santa Clara, and UC Santa Barbara. 9 of his 12 points coming in the second half.
And we see him make jump shots because that's what he does best. He is an outstanding passer.
What are you looking for from Sunrise offensively here, down by 4?
Just execution. Anybody can score on this team. It's a balanced attack. Obviously, Kennedy Chandler has to be involved, whether it's scoring or facilitating.
Grady Dick. Oh, that was halfway down. Biddle the rebound.
Great look for Grady Dick. Well executed play.
The steal by Brown. Ahead of Uzan. He is fouled. And he has a chance at a 3-point play. Kendall Brown firing up for Sunrise Christian.
Kendall Brown had his eyes right on the passer. Much before the pass happened. Great anticipation. He's gonna love the way he thinks about defense and helping out his teammates, shooting passing lanes. Does it all in the defensive end.
That is always where it starts for him. We saw that at the St. James a couple of months ago. We're seeing that here today.
He's got that stoic look, but he's always engaged in the game. Offensively, he's cutting without the ball. Defensively, he's anticipating passing lanes. What a winner.
19 for Brown. Sunrise down by a point. Uzan wants a timeout. Instead, it's a tie-up. Prolific will keep it with the arrow.
Uzan was in trouble. He's got a back dribble out of trouble. Watch him. Now he's got two. No good. Worst thing you can do is pick up your dribble. Guys will trap you. Use your back dribble. Get out of the trap.
Timeout for Mark Phelps and Prolific prep. You know, Prolific has not made a shot here in the fourth quarter. 0 of 4 from the field. They are 6 of 7 at the line. So, the winner of this one meets IMG Academy, which held off Milton earlier. Semifinals beginning at 2:30 Eastern tomorrow on ESPN2. 2 more games in the quarterfinals still coming up. Montverde and Oak Hill at 4 Eastern. And we close the day with AZ Compass Prep making its first appearance at Geico Nationals against the 5-seed Wasatch Academy.
Caleb Foster, MJ Rice, they were awesome yesterday for Oak Hill. Can they both show up again today against the mighty Montverde team? Steve Smith's going to play a 5-out style of play. Foster was great from the outside. His penetration and kick game was strong. MJ Rice was fantastic, both inside and out.
Prolific by a point. And I believe we've got a clock issue that one official has pointed out. They reset it to 2:49.
Shot clock at 12.
Yeah, that's the only clock you're worried about.
It's the only one that matters.
8 on that timer. From Milos Uzan, Todorovic, catch and shoot. Loose ball, Lance has it. Prolific prep. Fresh 30, and Lance scores it.
Great take by Lance. Didn't settle for the shot, didn't panic. Hard baseline drive. It's crunch time. You can't settle for shots. You can take open ones, but you can't settle for bad ones.
Kennedy Chandler, top point guard in the country, hasn't scored in the second half. And a foul.
He is so hard to guard. Comes off of handoffs, re-screens, has a hesitation game. Terrific straight line speed. Look at the hesitation, pause. Bona tried, just can't keep up with that speed and quickness.
That's the 4th on Bona, Paul. He fouled out yesterday in the win over La Lumiere.
Plays such an aggressive game. He's always going to be near or in foul trouble.
Dick, the drive against Bona. And I believe Adem Bona has just fouled out today. That's huge. Guy who has 6 block shots here for Prolific Prep to go with 9 points. He's done.
Well, you can tell what type of person and teammate Bona is. Once they knew it was on him, they all went over to console him, to help him, hug him. This guy leaves it all on the court. Plays with great emotion.
Still a smile on his face, though. 6 blocked shots for Adem Bona in the ESPN 60, number 24 overall in the junior class. But a massive loss for the final 2 minutes here for Prolific Prep.
A good shot blocker right now, and he gets 3 to 5 per game. Once he learns how to keep his body vertical, don't jump first, jump second, work on his timing, he could be an elite shot blocker.
So Bona is done. Muhammad Gay takes his place. Dick is at the line. And he's got one more, can make it a 1-point game. That's the thing with Prolific Prep. Guy with a 7'4 wingspan heads out in Bona. And now Muhammad Gay with a 7'3 wingspan checks in. What a luxury it is to bring him in off the bench. 1-point game. 2 minutes left in regulation. Quarterfinals at Geico Nationals. So good to have this tournament back after the 2-year hiatus. Todorovic lost it. Poto the steal. Chandler ahead to Brown. The stuff and the lead for Sunrise Christian.
Tremendous defensive execution by Sunrise Christian. Look at Kennedy Chandler. He makes him cough it up, he gets it back, and then he gives it up. Game-winning play, possibly by Kennedy Chandler.
I believe we had a delay of game warning on Sunrise Christian, celebrating that dunk by Brown. Now a timeout for Prolific Prep. Prolific led by 7. Midway mark of the 4th quarter. Sunrise with defense, with Chandler, with Brown rallying.
Chandler has such quick hands. When he gets it back, he gives it up real quick. His eyes are up. He's looking for his teammate, Kendall Brown. That's a lot of emotion by Kendall Brown.
You can read his lips, Paul. Let's go. Brown with a game-high 21 points. Also 4 rebounds and 2 steals.
The way they play with each other and off of each other is impressive. They're 2 defensive-minded players, because Kennedy Chandler, you know, he made an early reputation in the game by being an assist maker and defender. Kendall Brown's been a steady defender his whole career. Those guys play defense. They're committed to defense. Their adjustment to the college game is going to be a lot shorter than most, because they're committed to that end. They understand the importance of individual and team defense, and they're willing to do it.
In his Twitter bio, Kendall Brown describes himself with one word: hooper. That's what he is. He's hooping today. 90 seconds left. Sunrise nursing the 1-point lead. Uzan traveled. Again, Sunrise makes the play defensively.
Watch this team defense. There's the help. One on the ball. Kendall Brown coming over. Nowhere to go for Prolific Prep. Outstanding team defense by Sunrise Christian.
It's like trying to go through a car wash with the dribble. Hard to do.
He just packed up the gap.
Chandler. Oh, he lost it. Prolific down by a point. A minute remaining. Uzan finds Nate Biddle. No, Gay on the weak side. And a foul with 53 seconds left. It's on Poto. His 4th.
Now, for Sunrise Christian, you know Kennedy Chandler, he's the leader. Kendall Brown is the leader by example. Kennedy Chandler by his words. For Prolific Prep, they search for a leader game to game.
Mohamed Gay's first trip to the line, and he knocks down the first. We're tied at 54. Prolific on top. Gay, clutch for Prolific Prep.
And this game has went the way Mark Phelps has wanted it to go. Half court, grind it out. Let us defend you 5-on-5. I feel good about our chances.
Brown on the attack, rejected by Biddle. Out of bounds. One McDonald's All-American on another.
Love the emotion by Nathan Biddle. Watch him come from the weak side. Waits on it, gets it. So many guys are just concerned with their own man. Great team defense by Prolific Prep.
Chandler out to Clements. Down the baseline for 2. The reverse slam. Sunrise with the lead. 30 seconds left.
Bill Self just jumped out of his seat somewhere in Kansas.
Thought Chandler was going to take that shot in the lane. Instead, he found his teammate. Brown steps in front. A steal in the final seconds. Now you got a foul. And here it is with 11.9. And Prolific Prep with just 5 team fouls. points now. 2 more, and Sunrise will be at the line.
When you play against Sunrise Christian, you can't make long passes. Todorovic was fading away, passing across his body. You know Kendall Brown's going to read it, anticipate it, and get it.
So a timeout, Paul, with 11.9 to go. Back and forth here in the final few minutes. But again, it's the defense of Chandler, of Kendall Brown, of Kenny Poto that has carried the day for Sunrise Christian.
Yeah, they don't have a lot of shot blockers. They got good length across the board. Prolific Prep has the shot blockers, but Sunrise Christian, boy, they're tough on the ball. They're tough off the ball. And they work together as a unit. Every pass, every dribble, they're in sync together. And if they win this game, those 2 defensive stops that they made about a minute ago, when Chandler made the steal, then the team defense, that's going to be a big reason why.
And 2 riveting finishes in our first 2 games here at Geico Nationals in the quarterfinals. We have 2 more to go. Again, 5 team fouls for Prolific. 2 more to put Sunrise in the bonus. 11.9 remaining.
You don't have time to go for a steal.
No, quick foul.
You've got to know you're going to get it, or you've got to foul the man right away. Because if not, they're going to throw out after the potential steal. The game will be over.
Dick, fouled by Todorovic. 1 more. That bleeds 9/10 of a second off the clock.
Yeah, I love this formation by Luke Barnwell. Just a line in front of the ball. 4 guys going in different directions. Some curling, some popping, some slipping.
Clements inbounds, Dick in the backcourt, and the foul with 9.4 on Jordan Pope. So Grady Dick strolls to the line where he is 4 of 4 today. Tough shooting night from the field. 1 of 7 for the Kansas commit, but the junior perfect at the stripe.
His mom played at Iowa State, Carmen. She taught him a lot about body language. She says coaches are always looking at how you react and respond. So make sure you have positive body language. Great lesson for mom.
Barnwell says he has really adjusted to the elite competition, but he misses the front end of the 1-and-1. 1-point game. Kamari Lands, top 20 junior in the country. Lands is surrounded. He forces it up. Pump the tip. Biddle after the buzzer. Sunrise survives at Geico Nationals. On to the semifinals for Kendall Brown and the Buffaloes.
What an ending. No timeouts for Prolific Prep. They just suffocated Lands on that last shot. If there was 1 more second, Biddle had the offensive rebound. Tremendous win by Sunrise Christian.
And our player of the game, presented by Buick, Kendall Brown. A firecracker today. 21 points, 4 rebounds, 2 steals. And so it's Sunrise Christian moving on to the semifinals here at Geico Nationals with a 56-55 win. Can't hang your head if you're Prolific, making your first ever Geico appearance, but they fall here in the quarters. Paul.
Well, this guy right here was impactful on both ends of the floor. The cut without the ball, great anticipation, a handful of steals, always ready to guard. And every time he got a steal, he pushed it and made the opponents pay.
Kendall Brown with 21, a McDonald's All-American. We are joined by his teammate and fellow McDonald's All-American, the top-ranked point guard in the country, Kennedy Chandler. Kennedy, Ted and Paul here, congratulations on the victory. How did you guys pull this off in the end?
First, we came back. We was starting out slow in the second half, let them have adversity. We was down by 8, but we knew we've been in a situation before, so we knew we had to come back strong in the fourth quarter to get it raw and get a big defensive stop at the end.
Well, we're having some technical difficulties with Kennedy Chandler's mic. Kennedy, congratulations on the win. You're still in this event. We hope to catch up with you very soon.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
So Kennedy Chandler and Sunrise beat Prolific 56-55. Again, apologies for the technical difficulties. Could not hear Kennedy Chandler. And so it's Sunrise and IMG in the semifinals. A rematch from the St. James a couple of months ago. Sunrise Christian hoping to move on to the championship game. But the semifinals, 2:30 Eastern on ESPN2. Two more games here today, though, in the quarterfinals. Can you top this with Prolific Prep and Sunrise Christian? 4 Eastern, Montbird and Oak Hill. For now, Paul Biancardi, Ted Emmerich saying so long from Fort Myers.